So you've probably noticed that the last couple of vlogs, say 5-10 vlogs or so, have all been outdoors at parks or in fields or in forests like this. Well, that's not a coincidence. You see, ever since school started back up, I've been sitting at home a lot. I don't get out much. And by I don't get out much, I mean I don't get out at all. Like, I'm literally at home from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, except for one day a week when I go to my parents'. I don't leave the house, and I can only do that so long before I go crazy. So I've started this little tradition of sorts. Instead of shooting at home, which would be infinitely less time consuming, I've decided that I need to get out of the house. So I've been going to different parks, you know, all across Indiana, because we have hundreds of them. I mean, I haven't gone more than 5 miles from home. And just kind of hiking and exploring, and also kind of making this vlog a little more interesting, because it gets really boring just seeing the same thing every day, and I don't want to make something where it's just me sitting in front of camera talking about, you know, my life and complaining about how hard it is. I want it to be at least a little visually interesting, so I've been going to all these different parks, and it's kind of awesome. Now, so far I've been really lucky. The last couple of days have been not terribly cold. It hasn't rained. The snow has been just okay. The roads are okay. I've gotten lucky. And I know that's not going to be the case always. And on days when it rains, I'm gonna have to figure something else out. Maybe I can find some indoor places to go, but I can't just sit at home anymore. I can't do it. You know, those 6 months of COVID, at first I loved it. I loved being at home all the time. After a while, it just drives you insane. And the fact that I don't go to campus anymore, the fact that I'm sitting in the same room all day just staring at the same thing over and over, it's driving me insane, and I need to escape. So I'm out here hiking, and behind me here there's this teepee weird thing, and I thought I'd check it out. This place it's kind of huge and weird. There's like this little confetti thing right here, like something was here on New Year's. I have no idea when this was built. There's also these crystals. It kind of makes me wonder if someone, like, you know, someone, a homeless person lives here during the winter. I know Indiana has a serious homeless problem, and this is kind of it's a pretty cool shelter. And this kind of crystal and whatever this is, I'm not gonna lie, it's creeping me out a little bit. I'm actually gonna step out of it, but I don't know, whoever built it. I mean, this thing it's huge. It's probably 3 times the size of me. I mean, just look at the thing behind me. It's insane, and the fact that someone put time and effort into that is kind of impressive, which makes me think that maybe, like, it was built for a reason. I don't know what that reason would be. I guess, I mean, it's probably mostly just for kids to, like, you know, smoke the Mary J and all that, but it's weird, and it makes me happy that I go on these new little hiking trips, because I find cool stuff like this. So I do not own proper shoes for hiking in the snow. Actually, I probably do, but I have not put in the time or effort to look for them or find them or to put them on even. So my shoes are getting a bit wet. I think they're water shoes, right? They're boat shoes. So I mean, I know they're technically made for like the summer, but they are waterproof, and snow's just cold water, and my feet aren't cold yet. I guess if I get frostbite, that'll probably be a different situation, but you know, so far so good. Have you ever heard of that thing where people go on forest walks, and you can probably hear that bell ringing right now? It's funny, that bell is to a school for the visually impaired, but also the deaf people also. So there's a little irony in the fact that they're playing a bell. And maybe it's kind of a cruel joke. I guess they could probably feel the vibration. I don't know. It seems weird, but that's not the point I was trying to make. What I was trying to talk about was the fact that people per school. Okay, that bell's just gonna keep going, isn't it? I guess I can figure out what time it is. Why? Do you think they just every hour? Like, imagine being at the school and every hour just hearing that bell. Like, it's just, like, once is fine. Like, I get once a day, and like people are like, oh yeah, clock towers are so cool. But like every hour, like, it's just like you're not, you know, the guy from Notre Dame. Like, it's not. We don't care. We've heard bells once. We don't need to hear them every hour. Like, we have clocks. Like, I get it. Hundreds of years ago, didn't have clocks, and you know what time it was. But honestly, what's the point? Do you hear that? Can you hear what I'm hearing? Now they're just playing New York, New York. You know, I remember hearing about at this one college that someone went to, they had a bell ringing class. And like the whole class was like you'd learn how to play these, like, and I'm not talking like, you know, the bells that you hold. I'm talking like those giant bells in the tower. I wonder if they have a class for that. The music's kind of nice. Weird, but nice. So what I was gonna say before rudely interrupted by those bells was that apparently in Japan and maybe China also, they actually prescribe like forest walks. Like, you can get a prescription that says go walk in the woods for an hour. And I think that's a pretty cool idea, and lately I've been doing it helps. I mean, I'm still tired sometimes, you know, just generally tired, and I'm still stuck in the house like 23 hours of the day, so it's not, you know, it's not perfect, especially when, you know, I had the luck of being able to travel for weeks, and now to be trapped in the house, not go anywhere, kind of sucks. But this hour of walking in the woods, it helps. I will say the one downside of hiking Indiana, at least here up on the north side, it's not as much true in Bloomington and different places like that, but here on the north side, while there are plenty of hiking trails and a lot of woods, I'm incredibly grateful for that, you can probably hear behind me the sound of cars, and that's because I'm about 100 feet away from a road, and no matter how deep into the woods I get, I'm not going to get more than half a mile away from the road. I'm never going to be able to not hear a car. So yeah, it's great to hear bird song and, you know, be in the forest and all that, but when you're still that close to civilization, I feel like you kind of miss the point to a certain extent. I mean, you kind of get it, right? It's just, it's just a little lesser. So look, all that being said, is this going to become a regular thing? Probably. I mean, I'm out of the house, I'm in the woods, I'm experiencing nature, sort of, even if there are cars literally just right over there, but it's nice. You know, when rain begins, it'll certainly be a different conversation, and if it's snowing or icy, I'll have to figure that out when it comes, but for the time being, I'm gonna walk in the woods, make a day of it.